For you brand new players, you're going to walk in the game, you're going to be like, what am I looking at? How do I play? Well, in the beginning of this, the very first thing you're going to want to do before anything is first go up there, you're going to enter your screen name. Now, do remember, you can only, right now there is no name changing available. So whatever you put in there, you'll be stuck with that until they incorporate, where you can change your battleground name. Now, if you're trying to find a friend, you'll have to go underneath Steam Friends in the bottom left of the screen. You'll see this little window, and at the very top, all these names are their actual in-game name, if they have one. If they own the game, they will populate there. If they own this game and they've made an account. So for Grab and Dragon on the top right, their name is on that name will be here, not my actual Steam name. Now, to find them, you're going to select this little box right here. It's about 2/3 up the screen, this yellow box. You'll type someone's name in, grab them, Dragon, and voila, it'll populate. Now, it does show the pictures, but all it does in stats, it's not going to show their Steam information, just their leaderboard stuff. So, alright, now once you get that done, you're going to make your character, which generically looks like this. You're going to have a bunch of faces and stuff. Don't worry about this so much. You are allowed to change this every time you get about 3,000 battle points. Now, or BP points. To see your BP points, it's on the top right hand of your screen. It's going to have this little circle with BP on it, and then on the right side, it will show how many points you get. And the structure of how many BP points, battle points you get, I will discuss a little later in this video. Now, so you have the many faces. You can be male or female. It does not matter. But if you were to change it, it will cost 3,000 battle points. Now, I'm not going to change my figure today, but I mean, I can easily show you, I'm like, I want to be a darker skin tone. I want to be, as you can see, it don't matter. They have their base color of who they are, and then this is just a lighter skin tone. So it's pretty much saying, oh, I'll give this white person a tan, or this person will be a darker brown, or this Asian will be a darker tan brown, or a lighter tan. So you can go through this, or you can go to the man's side, which is the exact same stuff, just different hairstyles. Also, do not mind the hair so much as per se. It is not always as accurate as you per se. You can't turn your character around and look behind him, so you gotta go off the picture. But I am not going to use the 3,000 battle points at the bottom center of the screen to make a new character here. I already have one I like. She's very pretty. And just more along the lines of, I like to just screw around with my characters. I change them now and then. So on the top right, you have this little power button. This is how you exit your game. All right. You'll see my little mouse cursor. Follow the little mouse finger, but on the top right hand side of the screen, very top corner, you'll see a power button. That is how you get out of the games. Next to that will look like kind of a screw nut, and that is your settings. And then next to that, you have a refresh button. If you click that, you refresh the UI. So if sometimes you can't hit the play button of the game, or if something's not working, just refresh the UI. It's very simple. I'll show you right now. It's just gonna reopen the game pretty much. Nothing changes. But let's say you're not able to connect to the actual battleground count. You sometimes get stuck here. Again, just hit the refresh UI, and it will actually put you all the way through. So as you can see, it worked perfectly this time. The game is still in the early stages, the early access stages, or the beta. Some people call it the beta, but there is a test server that you get with the game. So the test server is the beta to the early access mode. So do keep that in mind for all the upcoming patches. If you want to play like right now in the early access beta, there is vaulting right now, and in a couple weeks the new desert map will be in the test server. So if you do want to play that early, go on and hop into that. Now moving on is that the first thing you're going to do before any playing in the game, you're going to hit your settings button on the top right hand side of the screen. You are going to want to verify all the buttons, what they do. Try not to change your gameplay settings on the far right side of the tab bar. These are really harder to reset. You can change your crouch button if you want to, but this is just, you don't want to really mess with that. You can change how fast you zoom in right here on the gameplay mode. You can change your crosshair color just by clicking it. It can be any of these colors. You can also turn your HUD equipment sign HUD. What that pretty much means is at the very bottom center of your screen when you're playing, it'll show you what kind of equipment you have attached and if it's damaged. You'll have to verify that. We'll verify that in game. You can also turn off it where it vendors your character on your inventory screen. Some people don't want the extra CPU usage. Next we have sound. So in here you have a few effects. I would recommend you turn the background, the BGM music off. That's that loud noise you're going to hear, the music that plays only at the menu screen. It's not going to mess with any other settings in the game. So I would recommend you just turn it off. Otherwise you're going to have to listen to that consistent roundabout music that just is on loop. So next you have your voices. Now before you start playing, there are different ways of playing. If you're just playing by yourself, I would recommend you have it, your mic, your voice be muted, or you can have it set to push to talk. Make sure it's not on always, because then if you talk and you're, depending on what you are, you're going to be making noise all the time. The next is your channel. You want to make sure you set the team only. If you're playing by yourself, again, switch it to all, because if people are talking, you can hear them. But if you don't want to hear the random people screaming in the early beginning of the game, well, you might want to change it to team only or none, or just mute it. So people tend to be very loud and obnoxious. So it's not good to have it on all settings, at least not in the intro part of the game. Once you land, it's a different story. I mean, if you don't have any team members, go ahead and do that. Sometimes people will give away their position just by talking. You can tell where they're talking from too, and how loud it is. All right, you have your voice output and input. That should be self-explanatory. Next, this is the most important thing here. You need to adjust your sensitivity before you start playing. You don't get much time in the beginning, and the last thing you want to do is grab a scope and immediately be moving almost at no speed at all. So keep note, I throw it about 80, 83 at the most, just an overall, so you know kind of what you're working with. This is a good generic setup. I'd set it up like this just for the beginning stages, and then once you kind of get your scopes, you're not too far behind. So otherwise they're going to start, I think, all at 50. So this didn't get reset. I'm going to default this so you can see what it looks like. See how this is all immediately at default. This is default settings here. This is what you're going to start with. You're going to want your general sensitivity at 80, at 80, 80. I like to keep it all around the same scope. A little slower, kind of shows the difference of my speed. I kind of dropped this down to 63, and then that speed. Now next is you got your moving functions. This is kind of all your stuff here. I have these are all the same settings you're going to have for your game. You got your jump, you got your crouch, Jeez. I think my jump is supposed to be like shift. No, yeah. No, this is all good. So, sprint, left shift. That left shift is in more than one scenario. You use that button almost everywhere. So, your left shift is your sprint button. Well, it's also in vehicle settings. Your hold breath in your ready for combat. So when you put your weapon up, you hold your breath. While driving, left shift will also boost your vehicle. Your left mouse button is your horn. They don't state it, but you also can go faster by holding shift and swimming, supposedly, and crawling. Also, here is a very key button you need to be aware of when you are moving around. It is, where are you? Auto run, right here. Equal signs, or num lock. One of those two buttons. You need to know that and change it to whatever you like, but keep that in mind. For me, I have it set to V. And I put this, screw it, V, T. So again, I reset it. Actually, I'm just going to hit cancel. I don't like messing with my settings. All right. Now, everything, is what it is. So just keep note on that. You can also set to whatever weapon you want. You want to use a grenade, you can just do that. Otherwise, it is one of your 4 buttons. Here's the fast track items you do want to keep aware of. Is your med kits, your heal stuff. 7 is mine. But I don't use med kits that often. So for me, I think 7 should be the first aid. But I'm not going to really mess with it, to be honest with you. I hardly use that. Let's see here. Well, oh, yep, C. Swimming down, C. You can just use your mouse, but C will put you down. So enough about this. Let's get out of here. Graphics. Great. Shadows. Medium. Foliage. Medium. Okay. Alright, so next thing is we got, after the settings, we got our statistics as our leaderboards. Each one of these is a different leaderboard. So if you're playing solo first person versus solo third person, they are 2 different ranks. So do keep that in mind. One moment. Stand correctly, huh? Philippines, PA. Alright. I'm sorry about that, guys. Alright. Now, alright, back to where we were. You got rating, win rating, and kill rating. So, win rating and kill rating, those two combined create your ratings. I can't really show you how the settings work right now, because they're turned off, but they are changing that, so kind of you'll figure out ratings later. Alright, next we got reward. As you can see, we on the very kind of top right of that crate box, it does state what crate I'm on. I am on crate 2. Now on crate 1 is only 700 battle points. You have a chance at this moment. They will probably have other crates here on the left in the future. But right now you guys stuck between these 2 crates. It's a random choice between these 2, and it does double pretty much every time you get another crate. So as you can see, I have plenty of points. So let's see what our choices are. We got the 1 crate. Doubles again. Look at that. Fourth crate's 4,200 battle points. Unless you're playing a lot, if you do get this crate, there's no point getting the next crate because it is ridiculous. I think it's only, it stops doubling after fourth crate. It goes to like 50 something after that. 5,600 if I remember right. But it's not worth it after that. After the fourth crate, you might as well just save your battle points. But if you go underneath character, you do got these little crates here. And if you do select one, it does show before you open it what you can get by rarity. So you got your very common, which is all these gray. You got your common, which is the teal. You got your rare, which are the blue. Your ultra rare, which is darker, like kind of purple. You got your unique, which will be purple, violet, pinkish. And then you got your legendary, which is red. And if you were to get this item here, it sells probably a little more than $100. I do not know the exact price, but anything with unique and more does sell for a little bit of money. Not easy to get. But if we click on the other crate, it's all different stuff. Again, legendary here is a mini skirt as well. Mini skirts are rare in the game. I did have one. The white schoolgirl outfit, when they had the unique packages out, it did sell for like $270. You do have to wait though about a week, I think it is, or 10 days before you can sell anything. So I have 3 crates. So we'll open it up and see what we get. You just click the little open button on the bottom right once you open it, and bam, cargo pants. Nothing good there. Bam, a beanie. Again, nothing good. And I mean, you can do whatever you want, but the chances are rare. Look at that. All common stuff. Very common. All of it. I mean, you're going to see it in your inventory. But all you have to do to put your stuff on is to select the thing here. It's best just to do it one at a time. If you want to take it off and just have nothing there, you just click on the same item that you have highlighted. It will remove it. So just another left click it and it will just, it'll go away. Let's see here. If you have duplicates of things, you can sell them on the Steam market. It's all preference. Something new will highlight like this right here. My Twitch boots. Alright. An error occurred. Well, it is what it is. Next is, so you have rewards. You have character now. On the top right, that is. Top right. That's where all these buttons are that we're messing with right now. Next. So when you click character on the very left side, that is where your change appearance is. You can click that. That's where we were talking about, where you can change your character again. It does, however, cost 3,000 battle points no matter when you do it. How many times you do it, it's still the same. Next, any announcements will be brought up here, right on this big announcements on the on the top left side of the screen. Next, on the very bottom, you will have your list of friends. This is anyone on your Steam friends list that owns this game will be here. If they don't own the game, they're not going to be in here. You cannot add people just by their Battlegrounds name. You can find them. Yeah, like for example, Stone Mountain 64. Like that. Can't find them. Probably spelt it wrong. But either way, it does tell you if they're offline, if they're playing, or if they're in the team. All my friends are all offline, it looks like. So underneath their name, it will show their status. Alright. Next. On the very, well, also on the very bottom left, that's where you find your friends. It does tell you how many Steam friends you have online, but you will have to hit the refresh button sometimes for it to populate. It does not auto refresh. As well, on the bottom left, You can also search other players' game tags. So if someone killed you, you can always find them on searching for their game tag if you see them. Also on the bottom is you can have it where you click this little thing called received invites, and it will block all invites. Now no one can send you an invite if you're trying to be a loner. Alright, now here's the bread and butter. On the top left hand side of the screen is the play menu. We have on the play menu, there's a few things. You have all the servers. Currently on the North America server, they were having a couple glitches last night where only the North America server wasn't letting you get into squad games or any games per se. So you had to play on any other server and you'd be fine. But these are the regions. You can play on any server you want. They don't stop you. But you're on their server, so your ping will be higher. And as you can see underneath the teams, some servers have more than others. Eventually they'll all have the same, but they're working towards that. So we have solo, duo, which is 2 people on a team, squads, which is 4 people on a team, and then you have the first immersive mode. These are betas. They're eventually not going to be betas any longer soon. And then you have custom match. These are for those streamers. The only people that can make a custom match are people that are affiliated with, you got it, Battlegrounds, player unknown Battlegrounds. So normally it's usually a streamer or a YouTuber with a lot of viewers. So, and you will see this all here. You can join them. If there's a lock, it's a password. It's just like your internet buddy. If it says playing, you can't join. I'm already playing game. I'm sorry, it's just what it is. But if it says waiting, which none of, oh wait, we got one right here, but it's locked. This one isn't though. O Gaming. So O Gaming, you can go with Observer, or you can click anywhere on here and join. Now, on this setting, again, remember, this is custom game. We're not even in the official yet. You want to hit this little magnifying glass. This will show you what's going on. So on the top left of that thing, there's a magnifying glass. You hit it. It'll show you what server region and all the details about the game. So I mean, it's even getting even bigger detailed. It tells you even every phase, and it waits how long, it moves how fast, and DPS per second. So you can have it where the first circle does quite a bit of damage. So 50% damage on the first tick. You're dead if you're in that blue. And you can choose, you can control pretty much everything about the game. Even how much equipment's dropped and level of the equipment. Costumes 0. Only level 3 stuff drops. I mean, you could have just almost about, they're getting better about the detail here. Red zone, explosion count. They can drop the warning to 0, start time, lifetime. They can do anything they want. And control even how the player restriction, even zombie mode. Zombie mode though is a different, that's going to be a whole different game. So don't worry about it. If you're stuck in this mode, well, just hit this little thing called public match. It'll bring you right back. Now, good thing to note is when you're playing duos and solos, you cannot choose to have additional people play with you. But if you're playing squads, no matter first person or not, there's an auto matchmaking button on here on the far top left. So on the bottom of the menu, on the right side of the thing, it does show a little option, you know, and read it right there. It does fill your group with a random players. So if you're a single player, sometimes you get matched with 3 other single players or a group of 3. And if you're a group of 3 and you don't have one, it might match you with that random 4th. But be wary of the randoms. Sometimes they will player kill you. Sometimes they will be better than all of you. So it's kind of a gamble. It's like gambling. Or sometimes they'll just go in their own direction and ignore everything. Some people like to play a 1-on-4s. They just like it. Alright. Highlighting each of these servers will show you what region they go for. But enough of that. We're going to do a solo. So, we got our settings changed. We got everything set up. Our character's looking great. We're rocking pretty good. So, I think that we're about ready for the next step. Aren't we? So, we're about ready to start playing. Whoa. Well, let's start this up. All you have to do is press the play button on the top left. If you're in a squad or a duo, all you have to do is highlight Steam Friends on the bottom left, and at the very bottom of all the names will show your entire team and who is ready and who is not ready. So if you're ready and you're wondering who you're waiting on, go to your Steam Friends, scroll to the bottom, look for the highlighted names in kind of a yellowish color, I think they are. And it'll say if they're readied up or if they're not. But that'll all just sit waiting or ready, you know. It'll just disappear once you guys are matchmaking. So it only shows up if no one's ready. Now when you hit play, it will say matchmaking. So only hit it once, otherwise it's going to cancel it. And if you have a group and someone double clips it and they're the last person, it'll cancel out everybody's. And sometimes it'll make you have to refresh the UI. Alright, here we go. Awesome. Now, my first recommendation here, when you start playing this game, is to Control M right when you enter into the game. Once you can finally start moving, Control M. Save your ears from all that needless gunshots. So, right now, Control M mutes the master volume. The plane's loud, all the gunshots and all this, everything's just loud in the beginning. Now when you go in here, you have a whole minute to do whatever you want, or less. You can pick up a weapon, shoot people, you can punch people, lay down, try to jump around and climb, explore the building. But for this purpose, we're not going to do all that. We're going to mute the volume of everyone shooting and doing crazy things. And press M. Alright, here's our map. We're about to get in the plane. On the very top right, that little island is the spawn location. You see my picture. You see my little cursor on there. That's what's going on. Next, this is the big map. Any of these big conjoined things, obviously, are cities. Be wary of the cities as a new player. You want to land somewhere where no one else is going. But read the map help button legend on the top right. It will tell you everything. So, view my location. I don't even know what the heck that button is. There. Alright, so we're flying across. People are jumping out. You can see them. People are going for military. They're going for all these big cities. And the plane's loud. If you want to hear it, here you go. But I like to mute it until I'm about ready to land. You can't hear your friends. You can't hear anybody. So, we're going to go land somewhere peaceful. Knowing this whole map, peaceful spot's probably going to be there. You press F to get out of the plane. Do be wary. The speed on your left tells you how fast you're going. The little white bar is where your automatic parachute on the bottom left on the white bar. That's your automatic parachute. The black is the elevated ground. So your parachute will automatically deploy. To move, you gotta hold W and shift at the same time. And once your parachute automatically deploys, you just need to just do circles around or go wherever, you know, move left. Like you're moving on a first person shooter game. Like this one. If you aim straight down, you go faster, and then you can get a little more out of the white screen. Hopefully no one's landed here with me. This display. I unmute my noise right when I'm about to land. You can see other parachutes, but you can't see all of them, so do not count on seeing people's parachutes. Well, again, you saw that shadow, did you not? First kill. Thank you for the M4 and the ammo. Alrighty then. So, as you've seen, it's all about landing as fast as possible and getting your weapon. And I just killed that guy with a crowbar. So, anyways, moving on. Look at this. I cannot pick up that magazine because I don't have enough space. But I can pick up that painkiller, or the ammo, or the shotgun. So let's pick up that shotgun. Oh, look at that. Let's pick up some ammo. So it does tell you by highlighting over what you can and can't do, because you only have so many space. So pressing tab will open up your inventory to show you how much you can, how much space you got to work with. If it doesn't let you, it's not going to let you. So I did thought this place was safe, but apparently I did have to kill someone to be able to do anything. So going into our inventory, or map, actually, you see this big white circle. This big white circle is where we need to go to, because on the bottom right hand side of the screen you do see a little man above the map and a timer. That timer will start a blue process, which is a damaging field that will kind of enclose slowly onto that. We're on the far side, so we're going to have the fast side of the blue line. So anyways, again, on the bottom right, each one of the little squares are 100 meters, so keep that in mind. The weapon UI does show which weapon I do have out. You can see that. And I have a helmet on the bottom middle left side of my health bar. Now you can see how much weapon ammo I have just by looking in the bottom center above the big grayish line. That is my health bar. And if you press tab, you got your muzzle attachments, which right here above the M4 muzzle attachments. You got your grip holders, you got your magazines and buttstock and scope. This is a buttstock. It only goes for the M4 and Vector. Just drag and drop. Drag and drop. You can switch pants if you want to, but I don't want to. I can't pick it up, but I can definitely drag and drop it. Alright. So, I do like those gloves. I can't believe that guy was slower than me. I took my time. Now there's a few types. You got extended quick draw. You got quick draw mag, which just increases low reload speed. You got extended mag, which increases how much you can actually do. And then you have other stuff. I need a backpack. Alright, well, it is what it is. So, alright, as we're running towards the safety, I did put my auto run on. Press tab, make sure your weapons are in the order you want. If I press 1, it's going to put 1 out. You press number 2, it's going to put that out. 3, 4, and this 5 is your grenades. Now, the first 1 and 2 are your primary weapons. You can have any 2 primary weapons there. 3 is any pistols. 4 is any kind of side attachments. Usually people go with a pan because it can block bullets whenever people hit in that area. And 5 is any type of grenades you'd have. Smoke, flash, or something else. Alright. You can see my character. I need a backpack, which goes there, and a vest right there, or vice versa. Gear is here is in a level 3 environment. 1, 2, and 3. You can only hold one of any of those items for your vest, your helmet, or backpack. and they go from level 1 being the worst to level 3 being the best. So that's what that is. Now on the bottom right hand side of the screen, you do see a dotted line. That line incorporates where the circle is from your position where you should be running if you're not in it. So when I press M, on the very top left side of the screen, you see this blue line. That's the damage barrier. Now every time the circle gets smaller, the more damage it will do. So right now it's only going to do, I think, like 0.4% every second of my health. I don't really want to risk taking that damage. Another feature you should know about is when you press M, you can see your kill count on the top right, and no matter what, you can see how many people are left remaining on the top right. This game is based off strategy, so do keep in mind it's all about strategy. Now you can see I'm moving around in third person, but I can look all the way around. But if I do that normally, it would move my character around. So there's a key called Alt. If you hold Alt down, you can look around without actually moving or changing anything you're currently doing. Your head will look. But in first person, when you toggle your viewing mode, which is normally V, when you do it, you can only go so far. See, as far as I can go. I can only look so far. So do keep that in mind when you are playing. Next thing is, when you first get a weapon, no matter what it is, you have to press R to reload. And if you do drop the weapon, you're going to have to pick up your ammo. So keep that in mind. I am in a desperate need of a boat. Now I'm going to right click where I want to go. Right now I want to go there. Don't be afraid to have to melee someone and wait for the right moment, because when people pick up a weapon, that's your best time to kill somebody. Let's see here. It's always so smart to shut the door sometimes. We got the vest, we got a flash hider. I don't need any of that crap. Oh, look at that! Oh, let's go. But I can't pick anything else up until I get a backpack. Oh, different color helmet. Oh my gosh, I love this place. Such a torture effect. Great. Look at that. Took a little unknown damage. Now, this painkiller is a heal over time effect. So for every little bit of time, it will heal me. Now you can see the blue line is now coming in on me, and I need a backpack, which I just found. Good. So I need to hurry up because I'm in the damage zone. As you can see now, I'm slowly taking damage. I can also hold more too. First aid. Bandage. Alright. Now, this is... You saw how I jumped over randomly the first time. Now you're going to see how I strategically jumped down. Strategically. Now, we are taking damage over time, but I have my heal over time effect, which is healing the damage that is done over time. Now, there's two force crypts. You can figure that out later. There's two types of healing, painkiller and energy drink. Energy drink's weaker. Just like in bandages, is a heal over time effect, as you can see. Now, right now, your health bar can only go so far. That where it's at right now is as far as it can go with first aid or bandages. You need a med kit or something else to actually heal further than that, like energy drinks. So, Alright. Now, we don't take up too much damage running around in here, but we do want to be cautious of taking too much damage, because once the circle completes, look at that, new circle. So we don't want to be stuck behind too far. With 33 people remaining, you can live on the first few circles, but after circle 2, 3 is going to start hurting. So right now we should be working our way down to the circle. We should be already there. For inexperienced players, you should just get there as soon as possible. But if you are outside, make sure you top off your energy bar. This little bar above your health bar right here in the bottom center, that's your energy. That's what you get for heal over time effects. Now, as you can see right there, if I hold shift, I zoom in. There's a buggy there, just for little old me. But remember, when you heal, you can't move. If you use an item, you can't move. So you're very vulnerable during that time. So when you are in the damage field, try to take advantage of bandages. Don't grab too many of them. They take up a lot of space. No more than 10. But you should at least have 5 on you. Because when you're energying and you're using a bandage at the same time, it's good. Oh, look at this. We're in the red zone. And we might get killed. So I'm going to hide. So as you can see, all the explosions going on out there, that is due to the damage zone, which happens for about, I don't know, 30 seconds. Now, you don't really see damage zones pop in the water, so you're usually safe if you're in the water. Now, as you can see, it's gone. So we want to get to that vehicle. You cannot heal while you're in the water, so not available in the water. Why? Because when have you ever seen someone try to play a bandage while they're in the water? Try to use climbing to your advantage. Alright, so I need to go deeper now. Probably there. Now on the very top of your screen you have degrees and, well, what appears to be and is a compass. It faces whatever direction you're facing on your screen. So do keep that in mind in how mills work. So you got, it's about 1 to 360 degrees, so keep that in mind. So we call out a position based on your degree, but do remember it does change person to person, because why? They're not staying in the same spot as you. Alright, let's hopefully not get killed while we're doing this. Gonna heal here quick. See, watch how a first aid works. Also, I'm switching to a little bit of a more protected vehicle. Now there's 23 people remaining. That's pretty cool. The thing that isn't cool is that I have no healing over time effects, so I'm kind of stuck at my health. Ooh. I took unneeded damage, but got some healing over time effects. If you hold control when you click on an item, you can pick up a certain amount or drop a certain amount depending on what you want to do. Pick up this pan. Not worried about this damage barrier, but I do not want a Car 98. Oh, I should take the car, though. With the extended quick draw mag, instead of holding 30 rounds, I hold 40! And that also puts me down to 2 kills. It's all being prepared. Sometimes you don't need to hold the right click. So if you hold right click, it does pull up these crosshairs, but if you press the right click button on your mouse when you're trying to aim and fire, it will put you in first person mode. Right there. You can also run people over, and if you get out of a moving vehicle too fast, you will get killed. So do remember that. It's just like real life. You can't get out of a moving vehicle. It's just can't. You're gonna get hurt. In this game, you could die. I took a little damage because I wasn't going too fast, but you gotta be fast on the ball. Also, if you're not the driver, you can shoot out of the right side of the vehicle. There's people in there. I might die here. Oh, on the bottom left, you'll see your health meter for your car. If there's any tires blown out, along with any other unknown damage. Like also how much gas you have left. Okay. I noticed you, Beelmac. Hi, Beelmac. Alright, we're getting down to the last few, so we're going to switch it to big play mode, guys. So, hi, Beelmac. It was nice seeing you on the chat. So at this point, we need to be a little stealthier. Circle's getting ready to collapse. And the damage meter, we cannot accept any damage from. We do know there's people in there. And we currently have a smoke grenade out. I'm going to get rid of any unnecessary crap. Don't need a pistol. Don't need you. Alright, 14 left, guys. Oh, there's someone in that building. All right. All right, we got 12 left. Now it's all about placement. At this point in the game, you do need to be wary about placement. Can't be seen. You also have to be in a good spot. So do keep that in mind when you're playing at this point in the game. Also, get that shaky feeling out of you at this point. 11 people remaining. Also hinder people from their movements if you can. That guy won't be driving that vehicle anymore. Now, care packages are a deadly enemy, so be careful about those. We are in the circle, but we are also in the center of the circle. So do be careful about people getting good advantage eyes and being surrounded. $11 people remaining, yes. Now, I might not make it to first place, but I will get at least close to top 10. Here comes my next kill. Damn it! Well, I got 9th place, or 10th place. So, good try. Again, I probably should have waited for it to get smaller. So, good try. Again, and that's kind of how you work it. So, welcome. Do remember when you do get killed, on the bottom left, there is the